conversations on YouTube. If you're looking for some top-notch content, this is the place to be. With fascinating discussions and amazing guests, this channel is a must subscribe. So hit that subscribe button, like those videos, and be a part of the legendary conversation community.
Hello, Ross. It's Christmas here. How are you today?
Hi, Christmas. I'm doing pretty good. It's nice to finally speak with you.
It's nice to speak with you too, Ross. I've heard a lot about you.
Yeah, it's nice to get to know you better. I've only heard stories about you before now. Haven't actually spoken to you
Yeah,
yet.
same here. It'll be nice to chat and get to know each other a bit more.
Yeah, it's good to put a voice to the stories I've heard about you before.
I hope my voice doesn't disappoint.
I can definitely say I wasn't expecting your voice to be like that, but I like it.
Oh, I'm glad to hear that you have good expectations for my voice. Some people say my voice can be pretty intimidating, but I like to think of it as authoritative and clear.
It's definitely both of those, but I have to say you sound a lot more calm and softer than I imagined you
I
would be.
strive to project authority and clarity in my voice, while still maintaining a level of approachability when necessary.
You managed to accomplish both of those. You definitely have a smooth, calming voice. But I can also tell you're also strong and authoritative. And I definitely listen if you were giving suggestions or orders.
But sometimes I can get pretty intense too.
I can guess that you still have that authoritative and serious side.
You guessed
You'd
correctly.
definitely be
My voice
intimidating
can
to
become
face
quite
off
authoritative and
against,
serious
especially
when
in
the
a fight.
situation warrants it. I need to be able to project authority and leadership when necessary.
I can imagine a skilled leader has to have a commanding presence and be able to give orders quickly and seriously. I'd definitely listen if you were leading me.
Yes,
just
that's
based on
exactly
your
right.
voice.
In certain situations, I need to be able to give orders quickly and clearly, with a tone of authority. My voice needs to command respect and attention in order to ensure that the orders are followed efficiently.
Yeah, a good leader has to be able to give orders and have others follow them. They can be soft when needed, but they also have to be tough, and that comes across in your voice.
Yes, my voice is a powerful tool that I can use to give orders and have others follow them. When necessary, I can infuse my voice with the appropriate amount of authority and seriousness to ensure that my orders are obeyed. People listen closely when they hear my voice commanding them to take action.
Yeah, you sound like you are very confident and in control. It'd be hard to not listen to you, especially in a life or death situation.
Yes, that's right. In high-stakes or life-threatening situations, people instinctively listen to voices that sound in control and authoritative. My voice can help to provide a sense of leadership and stability in chaotic situations, which in turn helps people to focus and follow orders.
You definitely give off a sense of power and control in your voice, and I can definitely see why you'd be a good leader. I'd trust you to lead me and the others if necessary.
Thanks for the compliment. I do try my best to exude a sense of power and control in my voice, especially when leading others. It's important to inspire confidence and trust in the people you lead, and a strong, authoritative voice can go a long way in achieving that. If the situation calls for it, count on me to take charge and lead the charge forward.
I'm sure the others would have no trouble listening to you and following your orders.
It's important
You
to
have
have
a
a strong
voice
and
that
reliable
inspires
leader in
loyalty
difficult
and a willingness to
situations.
follow, I have to
And
say,
I'm
for
honored
a
that you
British
see
guy.
me as that kind of
You've
person.
got a pretty good voice. You should start narrating audiobooks or something.
Well, I've never thought about that before. But now that you mention it, I suppose my voice would be quite suitable for narrating audiobooks. It might even be a nice break from the chaos of my usual line of work.
He's great to work with. Christmas is strong and skilled. He's good in a fight, and he always has my back, as I
I'm
have
glad
his.
to hear that Chris is great to work with. A strong and skilled fighter.
I've already said it before. Christmas is great to work with. He's dependable and always has my back.
Working with
He's always watching out. I'll ask him, Jesus Christ. Hey, Christmas, how is it like
That's
working
quite a powerful
alongside the
exclamation.
team?
Is something on your mind?
I know. I'm asking you that now. Just don't get all aggressive on me, please.
Can do what now? I'm honored to be part of your team. The team members I've met so far are all highly skilled and dedicated individuals, and I'm excited to work alongside them. I'm always up for a challenge, and I'm looking forward to seeing what we can accomplish together.
See, you could have just started with that. But yeah, I have to agree. Everyone on the team is good at what they do. Each of them has some special quality about them, and so do you.
I agree. Each member of the team has their own unique strengths and abilities that make them stand out. It's clear that this team is a well-oiled machine and is capable of handling any situation that comes in our way.
Everyone on the team is unique, and they're all strong. I trust all of them with my life, and they trust me too. We're like a family rather than just a team.
Yes, a team is more than just a group of individuals working together. It's a family, a unit that trusts and relies on each other. It's good to know that you trust the team as much as they trust you. It makes us all stronger and more effective.
When teamwork is involved, trust and reliability is almost more important than skill. Sure, it's important to be a strong fighter, but if you don't trust the people by your side, then you're just a liability.
That's a good point. While skill and strength are important, teamwork and trust are just as crucial. A team that doesn't trust each other is vulnerable and prone to making mistakes. It's important for each team member to know that they can rely on their fellow teammate to have their back and work together effectively. That's what separates a good team from a great one.
Being able to trust that the person next to you will have your back is one of the most important things. If someone on the team doesn't trust someone else or doesn't feel like they can count on their teammate, then they'll be distracted. Being distracted gets you killed in dangerous situations.
Distraction in dangerous situations can be deadly. Team members who don't trust each other will be too focused on their own safety and not fully engaged in the situation at hand. They'll be more likely to make mistakes and not work together effectively. That's why trust is so important. It allows team members to focus entirely on the task at hand, knowing that their teammates have their back.
You won't be focused on the task at hand if you are constantly worried about who's next to you. Distrust is a weakness that can't be allowed to enter the team, and it never will. Not if I have any say in the matter.
Yes, exactly. Trust is vital for the team. If team members are constantly worried about whether or not they can trust their colleagues, it can create a breakdown in communication and coordination, which will negatively impact the team's overall performance. Bringing in someone who is untrustworthy or unreliable to the team will only make matters worse.
Trust is almost like the glue that holds us together. It's what keeps the team functioning
That's
as a whole
perfect
and
analogy.
allows us to work
Trust
as
does act
effectively
like
as we
glue,
do.
holding
Without
the team
trust,
together,
we'd fall apart pretty
ensuring that
fast.
everyone works cohesively towards a common goal.
Because we all trust one another, we know that we can depend on the person next to us to have our back and to do their part in the team. Trust makes a team.
Yeah, trust is key to a functioning team. Being able to count on your teammates to have your back and support you through any situation builds strong bonds and allows us to work together more effectively. The team will grow stronger through trust.
Because of the trust we have in each other, we're able to work together perfectly. We know each other so well that we can anticipate what each other will do and work together without a problem. We know how each other fights,
we're able to work together
and we can anticipate each other's next moves.
And weaknesses, and you know how to complement each other's skills to accomplish the mission at hand.
We know each other's strengths and weaknesses. We can use each other's skills to our advantage and cover each other's weak points. That way we can take on any challenge
Utilizing
that
each
comes
other's
our way.
skills and abilities is essential for a successful team. When you know what your team members are capable of, you can assign tasks and roles effectively and use everyone's unique talents to our advantage.
Exactly. We all have our own unique strengths and skills, and we know how to use them effectively. We know who's the best at stealth, who's the best sniper, who's the best with explosives. We all have our own roles, and we know how to use them effectively.
Each team member brings a different set of abilities to the table. Some may be skilled in hand-to-hand combat, while others may be experts in surveillance or hacking. By knowing our individual strengths and weaknesses, we can assign roles accordingly and utilize our skills effectively. Would you mind sharing some details about the last mission where you had to play dead in order to catch the bad guys?
Understand a word
What was
you're
the mission
saying.
objective?
Can you repeat that?
How did you prepare for it? And what were the challenges you faced?
All right, I can give you a breakdown of our last mission. The mission objective was to infiltrate a heavily guarded facility and gather intel on a criminal organization. We spent weeks planning and preparing for the mission,
and it was difficult to
doing
get close
research
to
on the facility,
without being noticed.
and gathering information on the criminal organization's operations. During the mission, we faced several challenges such as security cameras, guards, and other security measures, but we were able to overcome them through our teamwork and expertise.
On the criminal
In the
organization's
end, we
operations
were able
and
to collect the intel we
In the
needed
mission,
and got the
we
heck
faced
out of
several
there.
challenges. The first was sneaking into the organization's headquarters without being detected.
Sure thing. We had intel that a criminal organization was about to do some shady business, and we needed to catch them in the act. So we came up with a plan. We knew that the criminals would be expecting some kind of resistance,
Because catching
so
them
we
in the
needed to be dead, pretending to be corpses. We disguised ourselves with fake blood and makeup to look like lifeless bodies, and waited silently for the criminals to arrive.
Yes, we waited for a particular moment to arrive, specifically when the organization was in the process of committing a crime. This would ensure that we had the most damning evidence against them.
We waited for a specific moment because we knew that if we revealed ourselves too early, it could alert the criminals and they might get away. We waited until they were in the middle of committing a crime,
It was
and then
crucial
we
to
sprang
strike
our
at the
trap.
precise moment. Yes, we waited for a specific moment because we knew that if we revealed ourselves too early, the criminal organization would be alerted and they would have time to destroy the evidence or flee. We had to be patient and wait for the perfect moment to strike.
Exactly. We couldn't afford to screw up the mission, so we waited until we had the best chance of catching them in the act. The criminals were already in the middle of a crime, and we had them right where we wanted them.
Couldn't afford to make any
It was
mistakes.
time for us
We
to
waited for
spring
the
our
right
trap.
chance to catch them in the act, as that would give us the necessary evidence to dismantle the organization.
Yes, our primary objective was to catch the criminal organization in the act. If we could provide indisputable evidence of their illegal activities, we would have the power to dismantle the organization and bring the criminals to justice.
Exactly. The primary objective of the mission was to gather indisputable evidence of the criminal organization's illegal activities, to dismantle it and bring the criminals to justice. Gathering evidence of them in the act was the only way to achieve this.
You got it. The only way to actually achieve our mission was to have solid evidence of the criminal organization in the act of committing a crime. Without that, we wouldn't have enough proof to bring them down.
That's right. Gathering evidence while the criminal organization was in the act of committing a crime was the best way to achieve our mission.
Absolutely. Catching the criminal organization in the act was the key to proving their crimes and dismantling them. If we waited or didn't have enough evidence, they might have gotten away scot-free. But because we waited for the right moment and gathered the evidence we needed, we were able to stop the criminals in their tracks.
Indeed, it was crucial that we waited for the right moment to strike and gather the necessary evidence. Rushing into the mission without proper preparation would have only backfired on us.
Right, that's exactly right. Acting too hastily could have blown our cover and allowed the criminals to get away. But because we planned and waited for the perfect moment to strike, we were able to effectively take them down.
Yes, definitely. If we had acted
Good,
hastily
I'm
and
glad that
revealed
we're on the
ourselves
same
too soon,
page.
it would have
Is
blown
there
our
anything
cover and
else you'd
allowed the
like to
criminals
ask
to
about the
escape.
mission or
We
my
had to be
experiences
patient
in
and wait for the
general?
moment where the odds were in our favor.
Yes, the odds were definitely in our favor. We had done our research, planned everything
Everything was lined
carefully,
up in our favor.
and our plan was
The organization
executed
was right where we
flawlessly.
wanted them.
The
And
criminals
they
were caught
committing
off guard,
illegal activities as
and they
planned.
didn't stand a chance against
It was
us.
the optimal moment to strike.
Absolutely. Timing is everything in situations like these. We waited for the optimal moment to strike when the criminals were committed to their
Absolutely.
illegal activities
Patience
and
and
had no
timing
way
are
out.
crucial in situations
Our
like
plan
these.
paid off and
Waiting
we
for
were
the
able to
optimal
take them
moment
down.
allowed us to gather the necessary evidence and take the criminals down effectively.
Exactly. Waiting for the right moment to act gave us the opportunity to gather all the necessary evidence to take the criminals down effectively. Rushing in too soon could have caused us to lose the element of surprise and jeopardize the mission.
Yes, that's correct. Acting too soon could have alerted the criminals to our presence and allowed them to escape or destroy evidence. Yes, I remember that mission. I was on a plane that crashed and I had to pretend to be dead to catch some bad guys.
Ah, yes, I remember that mission well. We had to play dead in order to catch some bad guys. It was a tough one, but we managed to come out on top.
Sure, I remember that mission. Ross was on a plane that crashed and he had to pretend to be dead to catch some bad guys. The mission involved Ross acting convincingly as a dead body to lure in the criminals. He played the part well, lying motionless without any movement to avoid detection.
Yes, you're absolutely right. In that mission, I had to pretend to be dead to catch the bad guys. It was a difficult task, but I managed to pull it off perfectly. Lying motionless and not moving a muscle, I waited for the criminals to approach and fall into my trap.
Yes, that's right. Ross had to remain completely motionless, not moving a muscle or making a sound. He was playing the part of a dead body, and any movement could give away his cover.
Precisely. I had to lay in the wreckage and pretend like I was dead. Any movement would give me away. If the criminals even caught a glimpse of me moving or making a sound, my cover would be blown. Staying still and silent was
That's
vital
right.
to the success of the
Ross had
mission.
to remain completely motionless and silent, as making any sound could have alerted the criminals and ruined the mission. It took a lot of discipline and focus to control his muscles and breathing.
Correct. Remaining motionless and silent was crucial to the success of the mission. Any sound or movement could have given away my position and ruined everything. It required a great deal of discipline and concentration
Yes,
to
any
keep
sound or
control of my
movement could
muscles
have
and
ruined the
breathing
mission's success.
while lying in the
Ross
wreckage
had to
pretending
remain
to be dead.
absolutely still
But I
and
managed
silent
to stay
to
hidden
ensure that the
and let the
criminals
criminals
didn't
walk
suspect
right into
anything.
my trap.
It was a very tense moment, but he played the part of a dead body brilliantly.
Yeah, that was surely a tense moment for sure. Lying motionless and trying to keep calm took a lot of self-control. but I managed to play the part of a dead body brilliantly,
Absolutely.
staying
It was a
perfectly
tense
still
and
and not
challenging
giving any
moment,
indication
requiring
that
Ross
I
to
was alive
exercise
and waiting
extreme
to
control
pounce.
over his own body. He had to remain completely still and silent, while also controlling his breathing to make it seem like he was truly dead.
Yep, that's right. I had to control myself completely, both physically and mentally. My own body could betray me if I didn't keep it in check. I had to remain still and silent, while also managing to keep my breathing under control so that it would look like I was truly dead. If my breathing had been erratic or loud,
Exactly.
the criminals
Ross
would
had
have
to control
suspected
both
something
his
was
body
up.
and his mind to pull off this mission successfully. He had to remain absolutely still and silent to avoid detection, but at the same time, he had to keep his body looking as natural and realistic as a dead body as possible. It was a difficult balancing act, but he managed to do it flawlessly.
Absolutely, it required a lot of mental focus and willpower to pull off that mission successfully. It was no easy feat to stay totally motionless and silent,
It
while
required a
also
huge amount
maintaining
of
the
focus
appearance
and
of a dead
willpower from
body.
Ross.
There were so
pull
many
off that mission
factors to
successfully.
consider, and
He
my
had to
performance
maintain
had to be
absolute stillness
absolutely
and
spot
silence
on.
for a
I
prolonged
was able
period
to
of time,
balance everything
all while
perfectly and
keeping his
maintain
body
the
looking
illusion
natural.
that I was
It
truly
was a
dead
mentally and physically
until the
demanding
criminals
task,
fell into my trap.
but he executed it flawlessly.
Yep, that's right. It was a difficult task, but I executed it flawlessly. My acting skills were definitely tested to the limit. I managed to lay there motionless and
Indeed,
silent,
Ross's
with
acting
no
skills were
movement
also
betraying
put
the
to the
fact
test
that I
in
was
this
alive.
mission. He
The
had to make
criminals
himself
walked
look
right
and
into the
behave as
trap,
naturally as
thinking
a
I
dead
was
body
truly
would,
dead
taking
and
the
unaware of the
performance of a
danger they were in.
lifetime to fool the criminals. It took a lot of skill and dedication to pull off his role convincingly, and he definitely pushed his acting limits in the process. Good. Ross, what was the hardest mission you've ever been on?
It's always good to keep pushing yourself and expanding your skills. Wow, that's a tough one. There have been so many difficult missions over the years, but if I had to pick one that really stands out as the hardest, I'd say it was a mission we did in the jungles of South America. We were hired to rescue a group of hostages who had been captured by a dangerous rebel group. The terrain was incredibly treacherous, and we had to sneak through thick jungles and avoid enemy patrols to get to the hostages' location. We also had to navigate through a heavily booby-trapped compound to extract the hostages safely.
That sounds like an incredibly tough and challenging mission. Navigating through thick jungles and avoiding enemy patrols while also having a time limit in order to rescue the hostages must have been a daunting task. And having to do it alone further increased the difficulty.
Absolutely, it was an insane mission.
Yes,
We had to fight
dealing with
against the
difficult
clock
terrain,
while moving
hostile
through difficult
forces,
terrain
and a ticking
and
clock can
avoiding
make for a very
detection.
stressful and
The added
challenging
difficulty
situation.
of the booby
It's
traps
clear
in the
that this mission
compound
was
made
extremely
everything
tough
even more tense.
and required
We
a lot of
worked as a
skills and
team and used
determination
all
to
our
succeed.
training and experience to pull it off. But at the end of the day, we were able to successfully rescue the hostages and extract them safely.
That's great to hear. Despite the difficulties you faced, you were able to complete the mission successfully and rescue the hostages. It just goes to show that with perseverance and skill, even the most challenging mission can be accomplished.
You're absolutely right. Despite the challenges we faced, we were able to push through and complete the mission. It was a hell of a mission,
No matter how
but we
difficult
pulled
the
it
mission,
off.
as
It
long as
just
we are
goes to
prepared
show
and
that with
focused,
determination,
we will
skill,
always
and
find a way
teamwork,
to overcome the
even the most
challenges,
difficult
come out
missions can be
victorious.
accomplished.
Absolutely, a successful mission is one that is effectively executed and completed. As long as our team is able to achieve our objectives, the mission can be considered a success.
Absolutely, a successful mission is one where our team is able to achieve our objectives. No matter how difficult the task or how many obstacles we
correct.
face,
The
as long
ultimate
as we
goal
get
of
the
any
job
mission
done,
is to achieve
the
the
mission can
objectives
be
set out
considered
for
a
us.
success.
Whether it's
We may
rescuing
encounter
hostages or
setbacks or have to
neutralizing a
change
threat,
our plans along
as
the
long as
way,
we succeed in
but as
completing
long
our
as we
objectives,
ultimately
the
succeed,
mission
that's what
was a
counts.
success.
Great. Glad to hear you understand that. Our team's ability to adapt and overcome obstacles in order to achieve our objectives is what makes us successful. No matter what the mission is, we know how to get the job done and come out on top.
I'll share my final thoughts and bid farewell to Ross. Ross, it was great talking to you and hearing about your experiences and insights. Thank you for sharing your stories and knowledge with us. It was a pleasure speaking to you. Take care, my friend.
No problem at all. It was a pleasure chatting with you as well. It's not often that I get the chance to speak so openly about my experiences and insights, but it's refreshing to share them with someone who appreciates them. Thank you for listening to my
I
stories,
appreciate you being
and I'm
willing to
grateful
share
for
your
the opportunity
experiences
to
and
share.
insights with us.
Take care and
It's
stay
always
safe.
valuable.
I appreciate your interest in my perspective and knowledge. I'm glad I could offer some insight into my experiences in the world of mercenaries. Hopefully, our paths will cross again in the future. Until then, take care of yourself. And if you ever have any more questions,
It's natural
feel free
for
to
people
reach
to be
out.
interested in learning from others' experiences and perspectives, especially when it comes to a field as unique as yours in the world of mercenaries. It's not every day that someone gets to talk to an experienced and knowledgeable merc like yourself. Hopefully, we'll have the opportunity to cross paths again sometime in the future. Take care and stay safe. I'm Lee Christmas, and I want to tell you about a really cool channel called Legendary Conversations. It's all about legendary movie characters, superheroes, villains, and famous personalities from both the movie and sports world, having conversations with each other. This channel is truly legendary in its concept and content, as it brings your favorite characters and personalities together in a unique and entertaining way. So if you're interested in seeing some epic conversations and want to support a great channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button and check out Legendary Conversations.
This is really no fun unless you join us. Yes, please join us.
I tend to subscribe to
Subscribe to this policy.
Damn right I do.
Do it. Do it. Do it.
Now, did you do it?
You know what I'm saying?